Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest transfer rumours and gossip. I'm also going to be updating you today on this video about potentially Manchester United as well, because some currently more news has updated in the media, as I'm going to update you right now. Bit of team news before I get into it all, going into the Reading game tomorrow, 12:30 kickoff. Reportedly, I think he's going to make quite a few changes. He's all going to Solskjaer, as he did say he's going to give everybody the chance. He's going to rotate and he's going to give the youth a chance. He's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as he currently has said. A bit of team news, I think Lukaku and Sanchez are guaranteed starters in the game. He's also confirmed I think Paul Pogba is going to miss this game because reportedly he got involved in the tackle with John Joe Silva in the Newcastle game, and he suffered a knock. So reportedly Pogba is set to miss out. It did say Sergio Romero could come into the squad to make his first start. I think since like September or something like that. I think Fred and Delort. Fred and Delort are going to start as well, who have missed the two previous games. As I did say, Fred needs more potential game time. I think Fred needs more game time to get to his potential level, and it would be good for him to bring Diego Dalot in there. As I did say, I wanted him to bring Dalot in for Ashley Young, as I said. So I think he will be making quite a few changes into the squad with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But it's a game that Manchester United should win, of course. Reading are in bad form. We actually played them in the FA Cup back in 2017, January 2017, and we did beat them 4-0. But they're sitting 23rd in the Championship. They haven't won in the Championships since the beginning of November of Reading, as we all know. In the last 5 games, they've had 3 defeats and they've had 2 draws of Reading. So potentially it should be an easy Manchester United win, as I currently said. But yeah, there's something I've just found out which I actually didn't know about. To be quite honest with you, the ex-Manchester United player, he's a great legend. John O'Shea currently plays for Reading. I didn't even know until I've just looked it up. Obviously, he joined Reading during the course of the summer. Reportedly, he is age 37 now, and he's grown and developed very, very well. As I currently said, he is Irish, he's John O'Shea, but he did spend. Hopefully, he will make the start for Reading, and he'll be getting welcome back to Old Trafford because he served 11 years, I think, with Manchester United. Was it 11, 12 years or something with Manchester United? John O'Shea served with us. I think it was about 11, 12 years. All in all, I think he made like nearly 400 appearances in all competitions for us, John O'Shea. He can play as a defender, he can play as a defensive midfielder as well. And I think with us, he won 14 major honours with Manchester United. This included 5 Premier Leagues, one FA Cup, 2 League Cups. I think he won the FIFA Club World Cup as well, if I'm right. He won 4 Community Shields as well with the club. He won the Champions League, as I said. He won an FA Cup. As well, and he won 5 Premier League titles, so he won quite a lot of trophies, during his time with Manchester United under Alex Ferguson, John O'Shea. But potentially he does play for Reading, so he could be in contention as well for the Reading game. As I said, reportedly. But yeah, I think he's going to make numerous changes. Paul Pogba reportedly is set to miss out. I think Smalling and Rojo, of course, are still injured as well. But as I said, we're in good form at the moment, as we all currently know. 4 wins out of 4, as I currently said, 14 goals scored. As I said, Rashford's been absolutely sensational. He's been scoring. He's been providing lately. As I said, he scored 3 in 4 games now for Manchester United under Solskjaer as Marcus Rashford. 21 years, he's nearly made 150 appearances for Man United. I think Pogba's been absolutely sensational. I think he's going to be set to miss out though due to a knock reportedly. But Pogba's been creating, he's been providing, and he's been expressing himself very, very well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So for me, he looks potentially a different player. I think he plays better in that number 10 position. If I'm going to be quite honest with you, I think Rashford's mainly number 9, as I currently said. Sanchez will be in contention, as it did say. Sanchez needs to adapt. He needs to address some of his game. I think there's some areas of his game that he does need to adapt, but I think he will dramatically improve as he gets more game time under his belt under Solskjaer, as I currently said. He did get the assist for Marcus Rashford's goal against Newcastle, as we all currently know. But as I said, Lukaku's featuring, and he's come off the bench twice in 2 games, to get his name on the score sheet. It was 40 seconds against Newcastle. He did that, come off the bench, 40 seconds, and he scores. So that must be the fastest goal from a substitute as I currently said. But as I did say, everyone has concerns about him. His first touch is poor. But as I said, I think, we know he's been poor this season. He struggled for consistency and form. But as I said, I think, he will dramatically improve under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As I did say as well, I still think these actually, players that could lead Manchester United. I think Fellaini will be featuring in this game as well, but I don't see how he has a future at Manchester United. I don't see how he fits in the new Man United regime, to be quite honest with you. So I don't really see how he has a future. I think Darmian, actually could feature in this game as well. Darmian, I think he'll leave as well. He's coming to the end of his contract. He hasn't played much this season, as we all currently know as Darmian. So there's been a few Italian teams interested in him. Eric Bailly's obviously suspended, as we all currently know. So I presume that probably Phil Jones will be full in this spot again, because Eric Bailly's obviously suspended and he's got two matches to serve with suspension, as Eric Bailly, as we all know. But Solskjaer's brought the fear factor back to Old Trafford. He's got the motivation in the team. He's got the confidence in the team as well. And he's happy working alongside Mike Phelan, as we all know. And I said, depending on how he progresses, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer may got the job on a full-time basis. He did say it will be hard for him to leave Manchester United. He said he does want to keep the job on a full-time basis, and he says he doesn't want to leave Manchester United. He knows some of the players for the reserve team, as we all know. And as I said, he knows the culture of the club. He knows the traditions of the club, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know, because he was great. He was a great servant, for 11 years at Manchester United. He won honours, including 6 Premier League titles, scored about 126 goals, as we all know. And he's had a bit of managerial experience. I know he did good with Cardiff, and he did win 2 Norwegian titles with Mould, as we all know. But he was a great player for us. He also scored in the 1999 final, as we all currently know. But yeah, the confidence is in the team, the winning mentality is in the team, the attacking mentality is in the team, and he likes the attacking philosophy, and he likes the width as well. But yeah, he did say Solskjaer like the job on a full-time basis, but he's obviously achieved something else as well. He's become the second manager in Manchester United's history to win his first 4 games actually since Sir Matt Busby. So that's a great achievement that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has achieved. But you can tell the difference in the team. The style of play is totally different. The team are communicating. The team are gelling together. As I currently said, we're scoring goals now. As I currently said, Newcastle for staff was a bit poor. It's a bit slow, a bit sluggish. As Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, we were struggling to create space and exploiting his space and getting any runs in behind, because Newcastle looked disciplined. They put a good stubborn performance out, and obviously they looked good defensively. They had everyone behind the ball and potentially looked dangerous on the counter attack. And they did create chances of their own. I thought Axel looked the most dangerous for them, and so they did have the chances. Did Newcastle in game, but we had our chance as well. And I thought Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's super subs in that game in the second half had dramatically turned the game around, and that potentially won us the game. That's only our third clean sheet of the season, as I said. But we've still got to think about players that are coming to the end of the contracts. As we all know, we've still got to think about contract renewals, as we all currently know. But yeah, he will be rotating the squad. I think, could Mason Greenwood, even playing this game? He did say a couple of weeks ago that Solskjaer did say he was going to be featuring in this game, making his senior debut, because obviously he hasn't played. He hasn't played in the senior team yet, but he's been very, very good for the reserves, as Mason Greenwood. But yeah, as I said, Solskjaer actually, he played for Manchester United at the age of 17, began his career at Manchester United, I think, at the age of 17, and he had a good 11, 12 years with Manchester United, did John O'Shea, as we all know, and he won 14 major honours, nearly made 400 appearances in all competitions, did John O'Shea, as we all currently know. But that's a bit of news to update you on. Big breaking news as well. I'm going to update you on. We'll give you a bit of an update on some transfer rumours as well. So reportedly it's come out in the media. Reportedly, as you updated you yesterday, that Pochettino has reportedly been in negotiations with Manchester United. Reportedly, he's been in negotiations, Pochettino, with Ed Woodward about about transfer talks for the summer. If Pochettino does potentially get recommended to come in to the Manchester United job, and reportedly Pochettino's reportedly come out in the media and he's reportedly indicated that Man United need to sign James Maddison for £70 million from Leicester. Don't really know much about him. I know he's in his prime. I know he's 22 years of age. Because obviously we know the club is still recruiting for the full-time manager at the end of the season. Ed Woodward's number one choice is Mauricio Pochettino, but reportedly it's James Maddison. I don't know much about him. I know he's a Leicester player. He began his career with Coventry. He played for Norwich in the Championship. He's also been at Aberdeen on loan as well as the player. Reportedly, he's indicated that he wants Man United to go and sign James Maddison for around £70 million. And I think that would be one of his signings he would like, to get into the club. Pochettino, if he does come in at the end of the season, that would be one of his first signings, because he has reportedly been in negotiations with Ed Woodward, reportedly. But as I said, Pochettino's come out in the press and he's also said it's the Champions League, not cups, that keep me in a job. This is what he said, and he also said he would like to win the Champions League with Spurs one day. But he's give a bit of an update on Christian Eriksen, as well as Pochettino. He said he's unsure about his future. He did say he's unsure whether he'll commit his future with Tottenham, but he did say he would like Christian Eriksen to sign a new deal with Tottenham. But he said he's not sure what's going to be happening with Christian Eriksen. Obviously, he's got a year. He got a year and a half left on his current contract with Tottenham. Christian Eriksen. Reportedly, according to the media, though, of what I've just read, reportedly it just said in the media that reportedly Manchester United are the bookies' favourites to go on and sign Christian Eriksen, because I think potentially that's who Pochettino would like to get in at Manchester United as well. At the end of the season, if he was to come in, he's got 1.5 years left on his contract term as Christian Eriksen, as we all know. He obviously he's a Tottenham player. He's been at Tottenham since like 2013. He's attacking midfield. I think Tottenham paid £11.5 million for him for Ajax. He actually began his career with Ajax. He was up their youth system. I think he's 26 years of age, so he's kind of like still in his he's in his mid-20s. He's Christian Eriksen. He's grown and developed very, very well. To be quite honest with you. But as I said, I think he won 3 Eredivisie titles with Ajax. He's been at Tottenham since 2013. He's won quite a lot of individual awards, to be quite fair. He's won Danish Football Player of the Year, I think 3 times. He's won Tottenham Player of the Year. He's won PFA Team of the Year. And he's won other individual awards as well as Christian Eriksen. But he also holds a record. He holds records for the first player to win 3 consecutive Danish Football Player of the Year awards. He reportedly holds the records for. He's the first player to win 3 consecutive Danish Football Player of the Year awards, and he's also a player that holds the records for the. He holds the records for the record for the most goals scored in the Premier League by a Danish player, also too. But reportedly, the bookies have favoured Manchester United to go and sign Christian Eriksen. He is a good attacking midfielder, as I currently said. He's strong, he's quick, and he has got a lot of good physical attributes about his play, as we all currently know, as Christian Eriksen. And as I did say, there's still a few areas that Manchester United do need to address. I still think we need a central defender. I think we need a centre defensive midfielder that's quick and fast and tenacious. I think we need a winger potentially, and I think we need a backup striker as well. But a lot of news is updated in the press, as I currently said. But Pochettino has been favourite to come in at Manchester United if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis, as I currently said. I'm saying about Pochettino, he's never won out in terms of silverware, as a manager, as we all know, but he understands the Premier League. He's good at developing young players, he's Pochettino, and I think he may need to strengthen up in his January transfer window. He's only spent £50 million at Tottenham, since 2014. He did say before he was fully committed to Tottenham, he was happy, with Tottenham, was Mauricio Pochettino, as he currently explained. He played 18 years in his playing career, as we all know, but we know, and he's been managing since 2009, but as we all know it would actually cost Manchester United around £40 million to recommend him in at the end of the season on a full-time basis. He's got a 5-year deal, as we all know, and when we could actually save that money and get a signing with that money, as well. But he's actually the favourite to come in. Gary Neville did say he would be the right candidate, for Manchester United. Scholes said he'd be the right candidate for Manchester United. Ferguson said he'd be the right candidate for Manchester United. Would Mauricio Pochettino reportedly, because his use of young players is good. He understands the Premier League, and he's Premier League proven is Mauricio Pochettino. But as I said, he's never won out in terms of silverware, as we all know. We know a few other managers have been mentioned as backups, as well, as I've already updated you on. We know Zinedine Zidane is potentially probably the second favourite. I think he's destined to come and manage in the Premier League. Is Zinedine Zidane? To be quite honest with you, I think he's destined to come and manage in the Premier League because he's had negotiations with representatives about coming to manage in the Premier League as Zinedine Zidane, as we all know, because he's never played or managed in the Premier League. He's been managers at Real Madrid, since May. He stepped down as Real Madrid manager, back, but he's got the winning mentality. He's dealt with top players, as we all currently know. He's won a lot of honours, including 3 Champions Leagues with Real Madrid. He won honours as a player. players, won individual awards, as well as Zinedine Zidane. So if potentially he's not the actual top favourite, but I think he's the second favourite. Just behind Pochettino, as we all know. And we know we've got a few other backup options as well if we fail with them too, which I've already explained to you guys already. But as I said, we've got a few potential targets on our radar. Reportedly, Solskjaer was going to get £50 million spent in this window, as I currently said. And, the expectations are currently for us now is to get us back up there competing with the likes of City and Liverpool and get us back up there, challenging for major honours. And I think, a lot of money's being spent on this team, over £400 million being spent on this team. And potentially we want to be, up there challenging. And hopefully, we can do that this season. Hopefully we can get into the top four because I think, potentially top four still alive. As we all know, I think we're now 6 points behind top four. As I said, Liverpool suffered their first defeat of the season yesterday. Manchester City won by 2-1. I watched bits and bats of the game, to be quite honest with you. I watched bits and bats of the game, but I think this team can become a replica, to be quite fair, of what the team did under Alex Ferguson and what the team achieved under Alex Ferguson. The Ferguson days, are returning. We're getting a glimpse of the Alex Ferguson days now, and Solskjaer's doing a very, very good job. The fans are happy, the players are happy, the players are playing for him, which is very, very good to see. The motivations in the team. As we all know, and he wants the players to express themselves and get them enjoying football, and he has done this as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know. But there's a few potential targets we know that Manchester United have been linked with, as we all know, such as likes of Koulibaly, Kostas Manolas, Diego Godin, Milan Skriniar, Toby Alderweireld. These are all the central defenders, that Manchester United, of course, have been linked with. As I did say, Koulibaly would be a fantastic signing, if we did get him. Koulibaly would be a great signing. He would be a great sign because he adapts his game very, very well. He's very quick, he's very tenacious, he's very, very good in the air. Reportedly, according to the Daily Express, the bookies actually think it will happen this month. They believe that Man United will actually get a deal over the line for Koulibaly this month. But the Napoli president confirmed they actually are actually not willing to do any business in this January transfer window. Suggestions have stirred up though that I think he could be on his way to Old Trafford. That he's indicated that he does want to make the move to Old Trafford, reportedly, because with that Instagram post with Pogba supporting him and talking about the racial abuse that the current player has suffered, and he responded saying, "See you soon, bro." So potentially that could be suggestions up that he could be on his way to Old Trafford. In the process, Man U have been in extensive talks. Ed Woodward's been in talks with the Napoli officials, and potentially Man United have had 3 bids turned down for the player. The recent one was £95 million, as we all know, and 2 previous bids had been turned down before that. But I think it could take a bid in the excess of around £100 million, potentially for Manchester United to get him on the board. It would be a great signing. His versatility is good. He would be good in our back line, if you put him alongside Bailly and Lindelof, because Bailly, even though he's been in and out of the team this season, he's currently suspended at the moment, but he's still got great potential. He'd look good alongside Lindelof because Lindelof dramatically improved this season defensively, and he's like 2 players in one when he plays like defensive line. We've got Rojo's obviously injured at the moment, but his versatility at the back's very, very good, and he's good there as a backup option. We've still got Small in there as well, who's still currently injured. He's good there as a backup option as well. So I think Koulibaly would be fantastic. He is under contract with Napoli till 2023. He's 27 years of age, I think, so he has still got a lot of years ahead of him. And he's a great player, as I currently said. And Napoli only paid £7 million from Genk, so it's amazing how he's grown and developed fantastically well. And he would be a great major signing, as we all know. Potentially reports were coming out yesterday as well that Manchester United were interested in Kostas Manolas. The current is he Roma central defender, something like that. He's Greek. I think he's 27 years of age. He's Kostas Manolas. Reportedly, I don't know much about the player. Reportedly, he's got a 33 or is it a 34 million release clause in his current contract with Roma. I know he's an ex-Athens and I know he's an ex-Olympiacos player as well as the current player. But reportedly, Manchester United have reportedly been interested in him, Kostas Manolas. He's 27 years of age. Reportedly, he's a central defender, but I've never really heard of him too, quite honestly. But he said Man United have been interested in him. He said also too that Manchester United have been interested in Diego Godin. Well, he was actually a potential Manchester United target, during the course of summer. Was Diego Godin. He's failed to sign a new contract with Atletico Madrid. He is 32 years of age. He's obviously spent the majority of his playing career in Spain, as we all know. He is now 32 years of age, so he's coming to an end of his playing career. So potentially, I wouldn't want to see him at Manchester United. He is a good central defender of what I've seen of him, Diego Godin, but um, as I said, reportedly there's no sign of him signing a new contract with Atletico Madrid. Reportedly, well, Atletico Madrid I think it was last year when Man United were on the brink of getting him, did say if he was to snub Man United and turn Man United down, Atletico Madrid promised him a new deal. He hasn't signed this new deal because Atletico Madrid have failed to agree a new deal for Diego Godin, and the contract talks have broken down, and he comes to an end of his deal currently at the end of the season, does Diego Godin, and he's set to leave. He's won 7 honours, through in Spain. He's been, I think this is his 9th season with Atletico Madrid. Before that he had 3 seasons with Villarreal, when he was actually younger in his prime, the player as well. So potentially we have been interested in him. We know Milan Skriniar has also been mentioned in the press. I do, really like Milan Skriniar. He's still young in his prime. Potentially Slovakian, as we all know. He's had 2 impressive seasons so far with Inter Milan. He can play as a centre-back. He can play as a defensive midfielder as well. He got nominated the best Slovakian under-21 player back in 2016, and he's had a good couple of years with Inter Milan as Milan Skriniar. Reportedly, Inter Milan rate him at around £75 million, as we all currently know, but reportedly Manchester United have been keeping track of him as well. We know that Torre Alderweireld's been mentioned. I think he'd be a good leader in our back line, to be quite honest with with Torre Alderweireld. There's been no sign of him. There's been no sign of him signing a new contract with Tottenham. Potentially, I think he's going to leave Tottenham in the summer because Tottenham have extended his current contract till 2020. That includes a release clause of £25 million in the summer, as we all know. Reportedly, Man United were in talks during the course of summer. Tottenham were demanding that they wanted around £60 million, so potentially Man United were reluctant to pay that kind of money. For the for the player, but I said I have reservations about him. He's lost the pace a little bit, as Torre Alderweireld, and I think he needs to adjust his game a bit more as Torre Alderweireld. But he is Premier League proven, as we all know. He's obviously an ex-Ajax player. I think he won 3 Eredivisie titles with Ajax. If I am quite sure, did Torre Alderweireld. He won the title with Atletico Madrid when he played there as well. And he has been at Tottenham since like 2015, has he? Something like that. He's been in the Premier League a good at least 4 or 5 years now as Torre Alderweireld. But as I said, he can be a world-class central defender. And Tottenham do have other options at the back. They've got Davinson Sanchez at the back. They've got Sergio Aurier at the back. They've got Vertonghen at the as well. So he's been a potential Manchester United target, as we all know. But there is a few potential targets, that we've been interested in, as we all currently know. As I currently said, I think Martial's a left winger. I think he's going to grow and develop, very, very well under Solskjaer. I think the team's going to flourish under Solskjaer. Solskjaer did admit though that he still wants Martial and De Gea to sign new long-term deals at the club, as he did mention I think the other week. Martial, according to his representative, he was pessimistic about Martial signing a new long-term deal with Man United. He said he did his representative that he wanted to leave during the course of last summer, did Anthony Martial, but we've obviously extended that 12-month option on his contract, so he will be here until the summer of 2020, will Anthony Martial, as we all know. Same with De Gea, we activated the clause to extend his contract by a further 12 months as well. De Gea, I think he wants to stay at the club. He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. He has been here since 2011, as we all know, rising up the ranks and progressing up the ranks with Atletico Madrid, as we all know. And potentially he's won the Club's Player of the Year 4 out of 5 seasons as De Gea. He's won Smack Busby Player of the Year quite a few times as well. But I think potentially De Gea wants to stay. I don't think we've agreed to sign him a new long-term deal just as yet, David De Gea. But Solskjaer really, really wants them to, as I currently said. But David De Gea is potentially the best goalkeeper in the world. We know he's on the verge of joining Real Madrid in 2015. as we all know, but he didn't. We know he's expressed interest from Juventus and PSG, as David De Gea, as well. But hopefully we can get De Gea and Martial, to new deals. As I said, do I think Valencia's got a future at Manchester United? Well, not too quite honest with you. Obviously, he's been in and out of the team, as Antonio Valencia. As we all know, this season he struggled with consistency and form, and injured early on in the season, as well. Antonio Valencia. He only played, that was his first start against Newcastle in Premier League, since September. I think, he's made over 300 appearances since he's been here. He has been here since 2009, as Antonio Valencia. So he's been here like 10 years now, something like that. He has won a few individual awards. He's won Manchester United's Player of the Year, so Matt Busby Player of the Year, PFA Team of the Year. So he has won quite a few individual awards, as we all currently know Valencia. But I think he's past it now. He's obviously not our first choice right back. Obviously, it's Ashley Young who's been our first choice right back mainly, as we all currently know. But Valencia's representatives were discussing about his current future at Manchester United, Antonio Valencia. So whether he stays or goes, and I do not know. We know Ashley Young. Reportedly it said come out in the press the other day saying that Inter Milan were reportedly interested in him. Ashley Young's obviously reportedly Inter Milan have offered him a two-year deal. They want to get him on a free transfer because he comes to an end of his current deal. The extension talks with Team Man United and Ashley Young have currently not been successful. Same with Antonio Valencia, because I think we do have the option to extend their contracts by a further year. They are both 33 years of age, Ashley Young and Antonio Valencia, so they are out of the prime, but they have grown and developed very, very well. But Ashley Young mainly plays a right back. Well, he mainly plays as a right winger, but obviously when he played for England, he was a right winger. When he played for Aston Villa during his young days, he was a right winger. But obviously, he just gets played at right back now, as we all know. Mainly, he has played at left back on occasions, as Ashley Young, as we all currently know. But I'd say bring Diego Dalot for Ashley Young, because Diego Dalot's a lot younger. He's really, really young in his prime. He's 19 years of age, and I think he needs more game time under his belt, to flourish under Solskjaer and get playing to his potential level, as I currently said. So yeah, that's mainly the latest news to update you with. I'm just keeping you up to date. The players that Manchester United linked with. So the media have reportedly come out and mentioned that Pochettino has said he's unsure over Christian Eriksen's future at Tottenham. He said he would love him to sign a new deal. He did admit as well that Pochettino would like to win the Champions League one day with Spurs. But he did say it's the Champions League, not cups, that keep me in a job. This is what Pochettino had mentioned. And reportedly, it has been in negotiations with Ed Woodward, and he's been in negotiations with Manchester United, reportedly. As Mauricio Pochettino. He's been in discussion with Man United. There's been transfer talks between them two going on, and reportedly he indicated that he wants Man United to sign James Maddison. That would be one of Pochettino's first signings that he's indicated if he was to come into the club. Reportedly he's rated at around 70 million, and as I said, and reportedly he said Christian Eriksen could be he said that the bookies have favoured Christian Eriksen reportedly to join Manchester United, because he's obviously only got 1.5 years left on his deal. He holds records for the most goals in the Premier League by a Danish footballer, as we all know, and he's the first player to win 3 consecutive Danish Football Player of the Year awards, as well as Christian Eriksen. But reportedly, that's what it's just said. It's actually been reported in the Sports Mail about that as well, reportedly. That's what it currently said, guys, as I currently said. But yeah, he will be making changes for the Reading game. He says Paul Pogba is reportedly a doubt. He suffered a slight knock, reportedly, according to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So reportedly, I don't think he's guaranteed to miss out. He said he could miss out, Paul Pogba. Fred and Dalot are in contention to start. So too is Marion Fellaini, as we all know, reportedly. Whether Mata starts or not, I do not know, because people have been discussing about Juan Mata, People have been discussing about Juan Mata. I think he's a very, very good player, Juan Mata. I think he's been very, very consistent since he's been here. I think he's been a very, very good player. He has been here since 2014. We paid just under £40 million for Juan Mata. I think he's now in English football, scored 50 goals and provided 50 assists, I think, in English football as Juan Mata, as I currently said. But people are thinking, how does he fit in this new system at Manchester United? Does he fit in the Solskjaer system? Juan Mata
for me, I don't think he's a winger. I don't think the wing position suits him. In my opinion, I think he's better in more of an attacking position, more centrally, like in a number 10. But I think Paul Pogba expresses himself, very, very well in number 10. If you put Paul Pogba just behind Rashford and the striker, I think Paul Pogba suits that position very, very well. But he's been playing very, very well anywhere. So whatever position he is, whether he's in a midfield position, whether he's in more of an attacking midfield position. I think Pogba suits the number 10 in my opinion, to be quite honest with you. But Juan Mata's still a very, very good player, as I currently said. But we have still got a lot of players, coming to the end of the deals, as we all currently know. But yeah, I didn't know John O'Shea played for Reading. Reportedly he's 37 years of age. He signed for Reading during the course of summer. Reported, but it was a great legend for Manchester United with John O'Shea. He won 14 trophies at the club. As we all know, he nearly made 400 appearances in all competitions. He started playing for Manchester United, at the age of 17. As we all know, did John O'Shea, and great player he can play as a defender. I think he can actually operate as a defensive midfielder as well, so he will get a good reception, if he does actually play, tomorrow at Old Trafford, as we all know, John O'Shea. But yeah, he was a great player for us. As I said, he won 14 trophies with us. I think it were 5. He did win 5 titles with us. I think he was at United about 12 years. I think he won 5 Premier League titles with us. I think he won the FA Cup. I think he won 2 League Cups, the Champions League, and 4 Community Shields. And I think he won the FIFA Club World Cup as well, if I am right. Did John O'Shea, but he was a good servant for like 11 years. I think was John O'Shea. So drop your comments, like, on the channel. If you do consider a subscribe as always, and take care. I'll be back soon with more transfer rumours to update you with. So take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.